Friends, this here is Taxi Vlog 138. I warn you right now before we get going that this might be a long one because it has to do with the experiences of New Year's Eve. Now, New Year's can either go really good in that it's smooth and you get sent to things that are nearby and you connect. Even if you arrive late, you're being sent to parties where people, maybe you missed the customer that you're sent to go get, but there is somebody else there who will gladly take the cab. Not once did such an instance happen New Year's Eve this year or last year, whichever way you want to look at it. It's 2 days ago, okay? It is now the 2nd of January, 8:30 p.m. I'm getting a late start because I was on the phone with my mother and we were talking about all kinds of things, and you know, or maybe you don't know, that when I'm on the phone with my mother, we can go on and on and on and on and repeat things over and over again and make sure that everything is crystal clear and good and great. Oh, GPS antenna, okay. Well, let's book in because we might as well get as many calls as we can. Not that there's going to be a hell of a lot now. Oh, this thing is slow and cranky. Book the zone. This one and that one. Okay, so now that I'm completely booked in, there is still a thing underneath my dashboard going click, 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 and it's annoying as hell. It's going to last for about 10-15 minutes. So my apologies for the clicking you hear. This mirror is in the wrong position, and so is that one. Hey, no wonder I can't see a damn thing out the back. Alright, so it can go good on a New Year's Eve, and you connect and everything is wonderful. This year, it did not connect. It was a nightmare. It was a difficult, stressful shit show fustercluck, okay? It was just not good. We have this automated dispatch system which was already obsolete when it was installed in the cars 5 or 6 years ago. What it tries to do is, instead of sending you to the call that's nearby and will maximize the customer service, meaning that the car has got people in it more often so it can do more fares, get more people to where they're going. No, it wants to send you, if you're the next car available, it wants to send you to the oldest call within a 3-kilometer radius. It does not think. It just spits out trips, and it does not care how fucking long it takes you to get there empty. Now, on a slow, quiet night, when there are not many calls, this is fine. But when there's calls everywhere, when there are people waving at you from the sidewalk just outside the car, what is the point of driving 2 kilometers to the next call? It's ludicrous. It wastes time, it wastes fuel, it wastes energy. It wastes your patience, it puts you in a bad mood, and there's people waving everywhere. So what do? I say, sorry about the trip. You know, too bad I can't drive 2 kilometers empty when there's people waving at me all over the place. And then there's people who want my phone number, and they're asking me where am I going to be at any particular time, like 10 minutes after midnight. Like, fuck, I don't know. Think about it. This is a taxi. People get in. They want to go to places. I cannot predict where they're going to want to go, and I cannot predict where I am going to be at any given time on New Year's, let alone any other night. So no, I don't give out my phone number to people because I don't want to drive empty. When it's a busy night like New Year's, you want to have people in the car all the time. And it's possible to do that. Or at least keep the gaps between having customers as short as possible and the distances you have to drive empty as short as possible, which this junk system doesn't do. So yeah, it was a shit horror show. And to make things worse, you had people calling taxis 3 or 4 taxis to go pick them up. They call a taxi. Oh, the taxi's not there in 15 minutes. They call a second taxi. In 16 minutes, the first taxi shows up. They're already waiting at the curb. They get in the taxi, they fucking go. The other cab that was called 10 minutes ago is being sent to a place where the people left from 4 minutes ago. So naturally, I show up at people's places with relatively fresh calls, and there's nobody there. I call with my cell phone, my little cell phone here once. I call with my little cell phone a second time. If you do not answer the phone the first time, I will call you a second time to make sure you know I'm there. I'm sitting in front of your house for a few minutes. I call you the second time. You do not answer your phone. Too bad, you missed out. I'm gonna drive half a block and get the guy who's waving at me on the sidewalk freezing his nuts off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna wait for you. So, a fare later, I've taken a fare, I've dropped it off, I've picked up somebody else who got into my car where the last one got out, and I'm dropping that one off. My phone rings. Bring, 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 bring. Hello? Where's my taxi? What was your address? They give me the address. Oh yeah, I sat in front of your house. I called you once, you didn't answer the phone. I called you twice, you didn't answer the phone. Why didn't you answer the phone? Are you gonna come and get us? No, you left, you lost it. You missed out. You're supposed to be on the lookout for me. I shouldn't have to go drag you out of your easy chair in your parlor to come out to my cab and go somewhere. No. You're supposed to be looking out for me. I'm not supposed to be looking out for you. It's after all you who wants the ride. Because I can take anybody. Especially on a busy night like that. I can take anybody. What makes you so special that I have to wait for you? Fuck that. And so I did make good money. However, 2 Saturdays before that, I made more money. Because I connected. Because I didn't waste my time on people who weren't there. And because I got longer fares, and I got one right after another, and it was more relaxed. New Year's, everybody is hyper. Everybody is stressed. Everybody has to be at the right place to have the completely great time that they're supposed to have. I have 18-year-old girls telling me that I have to pause my meter when they go into the store to get something. No. No, I don't have to pause the meter for you. Oh, you're mean. No, I'm not mean. I'm a businessman. I'm trying to make an income here. And if you're hampering me from making my income, I'm not going to waste my time. Sit there in a parking lot when there are people walking up to me wanting a ride with my meter off and you in the car? I don't fucking think so. Well, in the long run, what happened was I worked my bag off for about 11 hours, and after 11 hours there was a little lull in the action. So, what is this possible fare? Crap. Of course, this is probably all set up wrong. Let's reconfigure this. I don't want to hear a beep when this thing goes off. Oh, 1500 hertz. No, 1500 hertz is not enough. It's got to be so high that only a puppy can hear it, because beeping makes me fucking crazy, okay? I hate beeping. Beeping drives me nuts. Okay, well, now we've got that figured out and fixed. Now we've got everything set up the way I like it, more or less. Where were we? Oh, yes. So New Year's Eve, I was so exhausted that I took a nap for half an hour. And then I woke up, I think it was 6:30. The fucking thing beeped at me again. So I went and got the fare. I did it. And it beeped again. And I did that one too. By the time I'm finished that at 7 o'clock in the morning, that's the time by which I'm usually at home. And then I realized that somebody had lost a jacket that I had put back in the hatchback, and so I went and took the jacket to our office. Actually, it was a winter coat, a nice winter coat. Somebody had apparently left it on the back seat, and I don't know who it was. There was a customer early in the night who said, "Hey, there's a coat back here." I don't know whose it is. Could have been from day shift even. So then last night I came out to work, and with the cost of fuel and the cost of the lease on the car, I think I went home after being out here for 10 hours with a grand total of about $30. Now if you take the Friday and the Saturday and put them together, it worked out to being about average Friday and Saturday night for this time of year, and I'm talking January. So New Year's is not all that wonderful and great. I mean, it's good on a night where, like on a Sunday night or a Monday night or Tuesday night, sure, but on a Friday night it's not good, because the New Year's Day, the night of New Year's Day, is always dead. So the Saturday was a bust, and now the rest of the week's gonna be a bust. We're into January. It's starvation times, guys. Yep. Happy New Year. I think that's all I really had. No, it's not all I really had to say. There's more. You know, our system is so bad that I did mention earlier that it tries to send the car anywhere within 3 kilometers, even if there are people waving at you right here. And our office says, no, we can't afford a new system. But you see, what happened was the largest taxi company in town and the smallest taxi company in town have merged. Now they are definitely the largest taxi company in town. Then there's the second largest taxi company and this taxi company, which is now the smallest in town. We can't compete. We don't have enough cars in enough places to cover everything like those other guys do. We're going to have to merge with the second largest fleet in town, because being the smallest fleet, you can't compete. We don't have any big government contracts. We don't have any regulars anymore. What we have is the occasional haphazard call, some residential, and flags. So it's going to be an interesting year taxi business wise. The trouble is that in a taxi company, most people disagree with each other and can't come up with a reasonable consensus. Especially in this company, everyone hates each other. It's going to be very interesting to see if we'll be able to merge with the second largest fleet in town. That seems to be the way of it. The day of the independent taxi owner is gone. You just can't compete. And we can't compete right now, so it's going to be a hard go. Unless, you know, some people like us still by reputation and can't stand the other guys. You know, that happens too. But I think our confidence, the customer's confidence in us is going to erode some more if we have more nights like that New Year's Eve. What a fucking joke that was. I remember New Year's Eve's being good. Not like that one. If you want to make any money, you have to go independent. You can't work on the dispatch, especially on this stupid system, because it doesn't try to keep you with people in the car. It tries to. What we have just experienced is battery fail. It's now just after midnight. I went home and got some fresh batteries. Actually, I scavenged batteries from another camera to get this one to work again. Yeah, the system that we have just works on its own agenda, and it's backwards and crappy, you know. It doesn't make it good for the driver or for the customer. Well, what else was there that I was going to talk about? You know, when times are slow, okay, fine, this thing works fine. But when we're busy, it's a fustercluck. I think I lost my rant. I lost my train of ranting. I was really on a roll there, and then the camera just died. Yeah, this Sunday night so far has proven to be really slow. I've done 5 fares for a total of about $90. not even that much. So the rest of the night's going to be watching videos and relaxing, because I don't foresee a lot of calls happening. Anyway, yeah, that was New Year's 2011. I was not too pleased by it. But you know, it could also be that I'm getting older and I'm getting more grumpy when it comes to things like that not working out, instead of looking at the side that I did okay money-wise. But this Saturday was no compensation. Come on. I'm really scared now, guys. I'm scared about January, February, the beginning of the year. Happy New Year. Hope yours is better than mine.